I'm back at it again because there's another hot topic out here. Back to the Becky black woman drama. It seems that, again, a lot of black men are in a slave mentality, self-hate vibration, and don't even know it. Now, I know this message is going to get twisted, but I'm going to say what I need to say because it needs to be said, especially since I have younger crowds of men, and I'm sure some of them are black and shit like that. I just feel like you can talk to whoever you want, date whoever you want. That's not the message I'm trying to get across. The message I'm trying to get across is the stereotyping of black women and black men in general. I'm also not trying to say that black women are better than Becky, but I am trying to point out that Becky is no different or better than black women, because this is the stereotype that Becky is better than black women, and that's a lie. It's a flat out lie. Now, you might have a good woman who is Becky. You know, that's fine. It is what it is. But the issue comes in when people are self-hating or stereotyping black women, but then get mad when America stereotypes you as a black man. It's the same fucking thing. You know, everybody want to talk this black that, black this, and all that, but then get Becky and act like black women ain't shit. You make no sense whatsoever. Or you want to say that they love us black men so much, but you wouldn't even be a black dude if it wasn't for black women. Even you so-called mixed dudes, you wouldn't have black genes if it wasn't for black women. They played a part. So say what you want. Now, some people just are attracted to whatever they're attracted to. Me personally, I think all races of people have good-looking women. That's just my opinion. And nobody can change that, right? But if you think that just because you get Becky that she's so much better, there's no attitude, there's no cheating, there's no lying, there's no deceiving, you're so wrong, man. In fact, Becky is smoother with her shit than black women. I will give her that. Her game is more tight than the so-called black woman. Because Becky is willing to play a role to get what she wants out of you. You know what I mean? Becky will give you head and have somebody waiting to come in the room and off you. You know what I mean? Or Becky don't even want you no more, but still treating you like a king, but you don't see when she leaves out the door because she plays a role. Her game is deep and smart. You know, the black woman, if she was in that position, most of them, if they was ready to leave you and they're planning on it, they're not going to cook for you no more. They're not going to do any of that. So, you know, it's just the comments that you hear. You know, like black women are full of attitudes and this and that. Yeah, they are. So are the other women, though. The difference is the black woman don't hide her attitude. The other women do. It's the same thing, except for they're sneakier and connivier with their shit. But it's the same thing. A duck is a duck. A goose is a fucking goose. Period. Now, some men are mixed in this draft, and that's why you see a lot of mixed dudes with the white chick because their mom's white and stuff like this. So it's expected of them. Their dad dealt with a white chick, so more than likely they're probably going to go down that same path, you know what I mean? But another thing I would like to talk about is, you know, people talk about this black this and black power or whatever fuck, you know, how people are. Black, black, black. But you basically are. I could see if you know the woman's legit and she just happened to be a different race, that's cool. But you know, a lot of these athletes, man, they're just basically giving their royalty back to the slave master, the same person that inflicted them and killed them and all that. And that's crazy. And what's sad about it is they have the ability to pull any woman they want. Now I can see if you as a black dude, you can't really pull the good black women like that. But you can't really pull the black women like that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching the game too. You can't really pull the black women like that, but you end up pulling a different race of woman, so you choose that. That's understandable. But a lot of these dudes have the ability to pull any woman they want, basically. And they seem to just act like the black woman is so bad, and it's a delusion. And they're going to get played in the end for even thinking that race matters when it comes to a woman. This one dude just told me not too long ago that he just told me that they're not the same and Becky don't do this and Becky don't do that. You're just dumb. I'm telling you, she does the same shit. She just sneakier. Trust me, I've seen enough Beckys to know. I've seen enough Becky's to know they better not script this for LeBron to come back 7 games either. That's some bullshit. You know it's scripted if they do. But some people just gotta learn the hard way. You know, I get like you go to college and you probably in a college where you're going to see a lot of Becky's more than the black chick, and that's why it happens. And I get all that, but what I don't get is these dudes are specifically stereotyping the black woman, but then they'll cry and complain and say black this, black that, when it comes to America stereotyping them. It's no different. You're doing the same thing they're doing. Black women only have attitudes. Black women are this. Black women are that. You're doing the same thing that America does to you. Black men do this. Black men don't take care of their kids. Black men have attitudes. Black men want to do this and that. See, you don't like that, do you? So why would you turn around and do the same shit to black females that they do to you? No, black women are not innocent at all. And a lot of them do not want the so-called good black dude for whatever reason. The devil. I mean, we're not going to get into that. But to act like that the other races of women are so much holier and so much better, that's where you fuck up. You can ask any white dude. If you think I'm lying, see, this is the thing. When you ask white dudes about Becky, they don't publicly blast Becky like black men do black women. But they'll tell you, like, fuck that, I ain't getting married again, blah, blah, blah. These women is crazy, blah, blah, blah. But then when you talk to the black man about Becky, oh, she's so much better than black women. And black women do the same thing when they date white dudes. They do the same shit, but they're doing it because y'all been doing it to them so long. But you don't see other races doing that shit. Even if a white dude dates a black dude, a black girl, I don't hear him down in the white women. You only see this shit with us, and it's self-hate, and it's got to stop. Y'all don't understand the effect of it. That's the problem. That's why you brush it off like it's nothing. And that's why I'm putting this message out. I don't care who gets offended by it. I don't care how many subscribers I lose because it needs to be put out. I'm doing this for the youth. The older people are stubborn and stuck in their ways. Oh, well, let them be dumb. But the youth needs to hear this shit. It's not about the color of the person you pick, man. That's just facts. But I still feel like if you a black dude, you know you was in slavery by certain groups of people. Really, all races had you in slavery. If we really want to get technical about who the Israelites really are. You know what I mean? All the races had you in slavery, even the Africans, because you're not them. We can go there. My thing is this. If you had a choice, you can pull all the women. It doesn't make sense why you would just, I don't want the black woman. Fuck that. Because she can relate to the same shit you've been through. But if the chips don't fall that way, that's a different story. Because nobody's telling you that you should. But when you that type of guy, they got chances to be with black chicks. They're just stereotyping them. Furthermore, when you're in college, I don't think that's where you should be meeting women at. I think either if you didn't meet them before you got to college, you should wait till after you get signed and all that. Get on your purpose for a while you're young. Stop getting married at 23 after you sign an NBA contract and end up like these other fools who nobody told them any better. Nobody told them any better, man, so they don't know any better. I just get tired of hearing that Becky is so innocent. She doesn't do anything wrong to nobody, because I know it's not true. I think I've probably been hurt more by her. I ain't gonna say hurt, but played more by a Becky than a so-called black chick. That's why I laugh when I see it. Like, it's funny. I even see other black men getting played by Becky's. And a lot of times the only Becky's that like black men are usually the ghetto version of the Becky's. Usually, not always. But I think the black dude think he's gonna get the Becky's that most of the so-called top-notch white dudes are getting, and that's rarely the case. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen, and I'm not saying that there aren't black dudes with good, solid Becky's in their life or whatever. But I'm just telling you this: the stereotype is wrong, and don't believe the hype. They're sneaky and very conniving. They do the same thing that the black women do. Ah, nigga better pay my bills. I ain't fuck with. They do that. They just not saying it to you. It's the same mindset though. She not gonna come out and say it. That's the thing with Becky. She's gonna hide. She plays her role to the T. See, Becky and the black woman have the same game, the same tactics, the same goals. Whether they're good women or bad women, they all have the same goals. Meaning, if they're good, their intentions are good goals. If they're bad, their intentions are bad goals, like using you and deceiving you and shit. But with Becky, she's gonna hide it. The only time she probably won't hide it is if she knows she got you in the bag. You know what I mean? Or yeah, in the bag to where you still gonna take care of her no matter what. Then she probably won't hide anymore. Then you'll see the so-called, what y'all call the black woman. You'll see that out of Becky then. But she's saying in her heart, she's saying the same thing. If you don't pay my bills, I ain't fucking with him. This or that. You know what I mean? Or I wish this nigga would shut the fuck up. You know, I want to be the man. I want to wear the pants. She's not going to say it. She's going to play it off and she's going to act submissive and all this other shit. And you blockhead dude's going to fall for it. Because you don't know any better. Because you think that the way a woman acts or treats you is based off her fucking race. Which you should know better, because you, out of all people who get stereotyped all the time in America, you still ain't figured it out. That stereotyping is some bullshit. But you turn around and do it to them, it don't make sense, man. A lot of them will say, well, Becky treated him better. That's why. The black woman didn't do shit for him. So the college football player chose Becky because Becky did everything. Again, it goes back to the game and the sneaking and conniving bullshit. Becky does not care about sacrificing herself to get what she wants. That's why in the video earlier, I said, I will give Becky this. Her game is stronger than the so-called black woman's. Because she'll give you head and still be plotting. Probably won't even want to give you head. And it's not all of them, of course, but for the majority. Probably don't even want you, don't want to give you head or nothing, but she'll do it for that bag. So a lot of black women, how can I get this motherfucker to want me without me doing this or that? I think a lot of times what it is they can pull better looking women of other races than their own. And there's a shortage for some reason. It seems like there's way more races of other women than there is black. I don't care what nobody say. Well, at least where I'm at. And at least in most places in America. So, that's why that happens a lot. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it happens, but I seen posts, go to the NFL draft. That's where all the white women are. I seen a black woman say that shit. And they just don't get it, man. Men are going to choose a fine ass woman. I don't give a fuck what she looks like. So it is what it is. And they're going to choose the one that they can get the most out of, just like a woman will. So a woman has to be submissive if she wants one of these guys. Now, sometimes a woman can not do much for the guy at all and still pull it off. But in most cases, us men are going to pick a woman who's treating us the best. Well, even if it is just deception and deceit to get what they want out of us. Still going to do it. Because, it's a thin ass line. What if it's not? What if she genuinely wants to be this way? All I'm saying is if Becky is so great, you wouldn't see no white men divorced and shit. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? So you guys going to believe what y'all want, though. I just don't understand why, when it comes to each other, why we always look down on each other more than we do other races of people. I just don't understand it, man. It's like you have really been indoctrinated with self-hate and don't even realize it. Will my next girlfriend be black or something? I don't know. I can't answer that. I really don't care, though. You know what I mean? However, I'm not the type of dude that's just going to pick a Becky just because I think black women are this or that. And that's the issue with a lot of y'all. Guess I'm just tired of black people getting stereotyped as a whole. So it made me make this video because I feel like if you stereotype black women, you're stereotyping me because it goes hand in hand. You putting them in the same boat by default because of what America said. And that's exactly what happens when it comes to us. You know what I mean? This is what they do. You don't take care of your kids. They don't take care of their kids. They don't do this. They sell drugs. They're criminals, this or that. So that's what makes me speak out on shit when I see black women getting stereotyped, or people are claiming Becky's so much better than her. It's just lies, man. But I will say this, Becky might be doing more to get those men than the black women, and that's probably why that happens a lot too. Goes back to what I said earlier. She doesn't care about sacrificing herself to get what she wants. Her game is different. It's no different than a lot of these dudes who will trick and shit like that. I ain't doing all that, so they probably gonna get more women than me. I ain't doing all that. I ain't tricking and all that shit. Go ahead. You know what I mean? But it's cool. I understand the game. In a lot of cases, a Becky might find me as an 8, and most black women might find me as a 5 or some shit. You got a lot of that shit going on too. Because a lot of black women think that they deserve celebrities and shit like that, but they're not Beyonce. That's the problem, you know. But they're stuck in this hip hop brain, and they pass up on a lot of good men. You know, remember the top notch Becky'S don't require the white man to wear Gucci and all that to be pulled. Goes back to Becky not being scared to sacrifice herself to get what she wants. Let me say that again. The top-notch Becky'S don't require the white dude to be in shape and have all of this designer and say and act like a gangster and have tattoos and all this. In a way they do, but you see a lot more still deal with men who don't carry that persona. You're not seeing no black woman with no dude, no Walmart shirt, man. I mean, it's possible if she really, really like the dude and maybe he act like a hood dude or something. He got something else going on. But more than likely, nah, it's not happening, man. It's just not fucking happening. You know, so a little bit of the blame has to be on black women too, but it ain't even about if black men date Becky. It's more about the stereotype of black women. And I'm going to leave it at that. All I'm going to say is Becky's not innocent, dog. And she's very sneaky and conniving. And if you don't believe it, then that's on you. You know what I mean? That's your problem. That's something you got to deal with. I know the truth. So, you know, I don't fall for that shit. I know there's no difference between them and black women. It's the same shit. The only difference may be that black women are blatant and they don't hide their game, and Becky does. You know what I mean? So honestly, at least if I was dealing with a black woman, I know kind of where she's at. Oh, she don't want to cook my sandwich no more. She about to leave. She about to leave me, or she must be fucking somebody else or something. She yelling at me every day or something. At least I can kind of see it. You know, with these dudes, they say Becky brings peace. Becky's so great and all this. You're lying to yourself, man. You'll see. That's all I'm going to say. You going to see. I mean, I'm out this bitch, man.